Alright, g'day, my name's Mark, kicking off another project. So this is all some red gum decking, and it's going to clean up pretty bloody beautiful, I reckon. So this thing, it's paid for itself. Did you hear that while I was talking? It was beeping, I put it in the pile. Dickhead. About 40 slats off this deck. So cut in half, I've now got 80. So I just got to do this 80 times. So hear that noise? That's why you'll now see all my videos. Looks like I'm indoors because I tipped the neighbour over the edge. Okay, so what I've got here is all my pile of bricks made out of this red gum. I haven't got any footage of how I glue all these things together because I've pretty much done that in every other video on my channel. So what I'm doing at the moment is I'm looking for all my, this time, the worst side. So I'm looking for little voids. I want those to actually be visible because I want to put a little bit of epoxy in so you just see some little hints of colour. What I then want to do is put a bit of sanding sealer. Now, James from Fix It Finger, he's done a really good review on this stuff on his channel, so I'll get a link down the bottom to that one. So I'll basically put a bit of that on all the voids where I want to put the epoxy in so that the epoxy doesn't find its way in. So hopefully it doesn't take as long to get a nice finish with that. Well, I just wanted to quickly show you my new wall. So again, this is to keep the sound in, so that's why it looks like I'm inside. What do you reckon? Okay, all of these pieces have been flattened on three sides. I'm now going to put the epoxy in. I've made way too much because they're only small voids. But then I can see it, get it down in, and then I can flatten the top. If I flatten them all, I then won't know which side actually sealed up. So that's why I'm doing it this way. I got nothing. I wonder how much footage I have of me taking that bit of glue off. Every time. Okay, for this one I've actually glued all the 4 pieces together, done a dry fit, and it's going to definitely cause you less grief doing it this way. So whatever, live and learn. Check square. All right, I think that's definitely the way to go. Glue up your 4 parts, glue it all together. You get way more options to bring it all in nice and tight, depending on how many clamps you got. So anyway, same result at the end, way less mucking around. Just takes a few extra days of clamping up. All right, it's square, trust me. Going with the homemade wipe-on poly, so I've mixed a bit of that up. I'm just going to see how this works. So I'll bring you nice and close so we can all share that anticlimax together. What do you reckon? So this is probably going to be my favourite part. You've got this one good strip, but you've also got all these tiny little bits where it's darkened up the cracks. So I'm hoping that looks pretty rad. All right, here we go. Here we go. All right, don't want to peak too early, but that is exactly what I was going for. So I'm a bit of a less is more type of dude when it comes to epoxy. I don't use it very often, but that's pretty much all I wanted. So happy with that. Oh shit! Oh shit! We've knocked the poly over. It's all good. Get him off the floor. Too busy admiring the little piece of epoxy. Knock the poly over. So that's a wrap on these cubes. Really enjoyed making these. It's actually a pretty simple project. Like I said, I've got thicknesses and planers to get all this stuff flattened and smooth. If you've got at least a table saw that you can rip timber, you can pretty much do something similar. You can also just buy ready-made pieces of timber, all dressed, good to go. Cut yourself some bricks, do the box joints, and you've got some pretty effective little box or cube side tables. So I have run a chamfer around all the edges just to soften it up a little bit. I'm very happy with how these little veins of epoxy have turned out. That's pretty cool. Hopefully do a bit more of that in the future. A couple of side tables. Very square, give or take, eyeball square. Anyway, again, thanks very much for tuning in. Really appreciate all the support. It's very overwhelming, and see you on the next one. Thank you.